Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's check out some more Reddit. Am I the asshole? Let's go. Am I the asshole for not telling my partner I bled in bed? I have been with my partner for 5 years, and we have been living together for about 5 months. This morning, I got my period while we were sleeping in bed. I noticed it at 4 AM, so I got up to clean myself a bit, then got back into bed until 7. It was just a little bit had gotten into the bed. Luckily, I caught it quick. When my partner got out of bed a few hours later, I pulled the sheets off of the bed and put them in the washing machine right away. I then told him what happened. He was disgusted. He is upset that I didn't wake him up to tell him I had bled in bed. I told him it was just a little bit, and by the time I got back out of bed at 7, the few drops had dried. He thinks it's disgusting that I let him roll around in it. Am I the asshole for not waking him? I honestly did not think it was such a big deal, but I don't want to be disgusting. It's not a big deal, like, at all. It's really a natural thing that happens, and they make products for like overnight, or what is it, like overnight period pads or something, because this is a thing that happens and it's natural. It's really weird for your partner to be upset about this. Did you say it's a husband, right? You guys have been living for about 5 months, got a period. I don't think you guys are married, but okay, well, been together for 5 years. That's a long time with somebody. If you can't accept that they're like a grown woman and they're gonna have grown women things like periods, and that disgusts you for whatever reason, if this really disgusts you that much, I don't think you're ready for a relationship. But that's just me. Like, it is really a natural thing. I don't see why you have to come to Reddit and ask if you're disgusting or if you're the asshole. But either way, this is a pretty easy one. You are not the asshole, and your husband, if he's gonna be your husband or if he's just your partner right now, he's gonna have to deal with it because, you know, accidents can happen. Either way, I'm saying UOP, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling off a lady in a supermarket after she made the teenage cashier cry? Oof. Well, already from the title, I'm gonna say you're not the asshole. The people working in customer service and like, especially like cashier job, who's gonna be talking to people nonstop for like 8 hours straight. It is a tough thing. You know, it might not be physically demanding, but it's very mentally draining, and it could be a tough job. But anyways, let's read the story. So this happened yesterday, and I'm still wondering if I overreacted. I, 35 female, was doing my usually weekly grocery shopping at the local supermarket. It was a busy afternoon, and then the line at the checkout was pretty long. I was waiting patiently when I noticed the woman in front of me, probably mid-50s, becoming increasingly agitated as the teenage cashier, who couldn't have been much older than 17, was scanning her items. The cashier seemed a bit flustered. I could tell she was probably new, making a few mistakes here and there, but nothing serious. The older woman, however, was not having it. She started muttering under her breath, rolling her eyes, and tapping her foot. Finally, when the cashier accidentally scanned an item twice and needed to call for a supervisor to void it, the woman lost it. She started berating the poor girl, saying things like, "How hard could it be to do this job? You can't even do basic tasks. You're wasting people's time." She just kept going on, and the more she yelled, the more flustered the cashier got, until she started tearing up. I stood there for a second, hoping the lady would cool down, but she didn't. The poor cashier was clearly trying her best to keep it together. That's when I stepped in. I said to her, "You don't have the right to treat someone like that. She's doing her best and it's just a mistake. If you're so unhappy, maybe you should try working like her for a day to see how easy it is." The woman looked stunned and told me to mind my own business. I replied, "It is my business when you're making a kid cry over something as stupid as groceries." The cashier's supervisor had arrived by then and stepped in to handle the situation, and the woman stormed off, still muttering and cursing. After that, the cashier thanked me with teary eyes, but a couple of people behind me in line gave me looks as if I was the one who had done something wrong. Now I'm second guessing myself. So Reddit, am I the asshole for telling her off? No, I mean, what you did is really what a lot of us want to do, because I feel like most people have one point in their life worked a cashier job or a customer service job in general. Like I said before, it can be very mentally draining, especially like her, she doesn't know the system, and that could be like a whole nother layer of stress on top of actually dealing with horrible customers like this woman. And like I said, it might not be a physically demanding job, but mentally straining, it could almost be like the same thing. I've worked in customer service like a long time, dealing with people, even like the really shitty customers, you have to put on a smile and and, you know, say thank you. And I understand. And, you know, you can't just blow up on people as much as some of us would really want to, but you have to be professional and you can't do that. Maybe the people behind you weren't really glancing at you like you're the problem. Maybe they were glancing at you like, oh, she was a brave person. She did what all of us wanted to do. Maybe they were just so stunned. But yeah, I'm saying you're not the asshole. And, you know, good on you for like standing up for like a teenage girl who clearly is like going through a lot right now. We need more people like you. Am I the asshole for making my son pay for a new pizza when he didn't save any for the rest of the family? I, 45 female, have 2 kids, 14 male and 17 female. My son has high functioning ASD. ASD. What is ASD? High functioning ASD. High functioning autism. Oh, autism, okay. High functioning ASD, and honestly most people cannot tell, but it comes out in certain aspects of his relationships, such as thinking about others, compassion, etc. My son also eats a lot of food, way more than someone his age. Me too. He is not overweight. Oh, I am overweight. Whatever. Gotta tug on the shirt a little bit, you know? He is not overweight in any way, so the doctors have not considered this a problem. Here comes the problem. For years when we have ordered food, he has neglected to realize that the food was ordered for the whole family, not just him. My husband and I have both spoken to him about this multiple times, and usually he just gives half-hearted apologies. We are working on this with his therapist, among other issues he has. On Friday, my daughter had work after school, so she drove herself there while my son took the bus home. He said he was hungry, so I ordered a pizza and told him to save some for his father and sister. I only took 1 slice. Usually my daughter does not eat much, 1 to 2 slices. The same thing with my husband. That would have left him with 5 slices of a large pizza. About 2 hours later, my daughter comes home and sees the pizza box empty and starts bawling. She usually is not the one to complain about food and will usually just make her own food, but she did not have the time to eat before work today, and during lunch she was making up a test, so she did not eat since breakfast. I was furious at my son and deducted the money for a new pizza plus a generous tip to the delivery driver from my son's bank account. My son saw and now he's pissed. My daughter thought it was the right thing to do, especially when this is about the 3rd time it happened to her. My son's reasoning is that he doesn't work, so his only source of income are his birthday and Christmas, so my daughter should have paid since she has a job. My husband and I are both on board with what I did, but I don't know, is my son right? Am I the asshole? No. This is consequences for his actions. The whole autism thing, I don't think that really matters in this situation. Autistic people are not dumbasses. They can follow directions. They might have some like social cues or maybe not too good in social settings, you know, they have some issues, yeah, but they're not dumb people. Anyways, my point is you told him don't do this, and you said this is what, the 3rd time he's done this and he still does it. He's clearly doing it on purpose and probably hiding behind the fact that he has autism or something. Maybe, I don't know. This is just straight up consequences for his actions. He made a mistake, now he has to pay for it. In this case, he ate the whole pizza that was for the family, and now he has to use his own money to pay for a pizza, and good on you for that. Alright, there's an update. Update, for everyone saying we are underfeeding him. That doesn't sound... Who's thinking you're underfeeding him? What the hell? She just said in the story he eats a ton of food. We have a ton of food in the house. The fridge is stocked. We have snacks, ingredients, etc. My son refuses to learn how to cook, even when we have offered him cooking classes. Even without learning to cook, we have boxed pasta, popcorn, bread, vegetables, fruits, rice, etc., all of which require no cooking ability. He simply chose to eat the whole pizza. Which, yeah, that seems like what he did. I honestly feel like he did it intentionally. Even with this update, like, it's pretty clear you're not the asshole, you're just being a parent disciplining your kid when he did something wrong and you saw it, now you took action. You know, he caused the problem, now he has to fix it. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's just basic parenting, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say UOP, not the asshole. Well, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this episode of Reddit, Am I the Asshole? Go ahead and let me know your thoughts and opinions on these stories, whether you agree or disagree with me, whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.